We're just tired.
We're anti-capitalist.
The only person that's getting away scot-free is a white straight male.
This is what you get in the front line.
What happened here? Can you tell us what happened?
It's when they push us back.
Hey, Willie Nelson here, and today we're in downtown Los Angeles. We're going to be covering these ICE protests and talking to the people. Let's go find out what's going on. Now, upon arrival, I've just been given a mask, and people around me are saying that there's likely going to be tear gas any minute, so we're going to try to stay safe.
¡La migra y la policía! ¡Viva, viva Palestina! ¡Viva, viva Palestina!
Can you tell me about some of the chants you were saying? I think some of it was in Spanish, so I didn't understand everything, but I think I heard one that said Vive Palestine. Did I hear that correctly?
You heard that correctly, yes. We support Palestine 100%. We do not believe that the state of Israel should exist because it's a military enclave of the corporations and mainly U.S. and European powers. And it's sad that Jewish people have Zionism as their leaders. I think they should get rid of them. And everyone should return to wherever they're from. They're stealing their land, just like the U.S. stole the land from Mexico and indigenous people here. So that's why we support Palestine.
What do you think the solution is to ICE raids and illegal immigrants? Is there a solution that could keep everyone happy?
We don't agree with the term illegal. We're undocumented. We've been here for thousands of years before you guys showed up, screw up everything. We think we should organize together with the U.S. working class and fight together and create a better system. We're anti-capitalist. We think socialism does work, real socialism, not Venezuela, not Cuba, not any of that crap that they try to sell us as socialism. And we believe it would be a more humane system that will take care of most of all people's necessities.
Is there a country we can look to kind of model the socialism idea?
The only model would be Soviet Union the first 4 years. After that, it became a mess. Sadly, there was a bureaucrat leadership that grew out of that, but it has to do mainly with the attacks of the U.S. and all big powers against that system that was working. In the few years that it lasted, it showed the world that it could do much better than capitalism.
Has the ICE raids affected anyone you know personally in your life?
Oh, it's affected everything from work, from family, neighbors. Everyone has fear, and that's why we're here too, because if we have documents, we have to show not only that we're not the aggressive people, we're not the criminals, we're here to work, we're here to pay taxes. I myself paid $12,000 in taxes alone. I went to school, learned the language, kind of adapted to the culture. Our culture is thousands of years more than any other cultures here in the U.S., so it's going to be hard to adapt to U.S. culture. But we do appreciate that we get an opportunity here, and yeah.
Would you support an open border policy?
I don't really know what you're talking about. There's no open border. There's a criminal border. Thousands and thousands of immigrants have died. There's people that attack immigrants when they're trying to cross here. And,
no, I meant like an open border policy, kind of like how the European Union, people can travel from one country to another. Would you support an idea of Mexico and America having an alliance like that?
Yeah, well, America is the whole continent. Mexico and the U.S. should have something like an open border because immigrants, we don't really want to stay here forever. We have our families, we have our culture, our food, everything. So we're always thinking of going back. Not having an open border, not having documents prevents us from traveling not only to Mexico, but also in the country. And I think that that's bad because we could contribute to the whole country economically, culturally, and all that. So yeah, I do believe in open borders. And we would work here, contribute here, and contribute to Mexico, which is what we're already doing. It's the government and their policies that are trying to divide us and trying to always say that we're the ones that cause crisis, and we know we're not.
When did you come to America?
I came here in '89, undocumented.
Have you gotten your documents?
Yeah, I was lucky to get documents, but for 40 years, close to 40 years since 86, 87, a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, a lot of my community have not gotten anything, and all we get is promises by Democrats and Republicans and criminalization. That's all we get. So we have to organize, fight hard, unite with the working class in the U.S. again, and change everything. We don't just want to get little things, so we want to change the whole system for everybody.
There's a lot of signs out here today, but to be honest, a lot of them are in Spanish, so I don't even know what they mean. What brought you out here today to the ICE protests?
Because I have undocumented family members and friends, and that's why I'm here. Because I'm tired. We're just tired. We just came from a pandemic. We have a shitty president. Gay rights, people's rights, trans rights. People are tired, and I'm tired. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the people that can't speak, the people that can't come, and that's why I'm here. So,
Have the people you in your life that are undocumented, have they been targeted by ICE?
yeah, they have. You know, every day you're being targeted. You don't know when it may be your turn. So, yeah, it's been a tough one.
What do you think the solution is for all this?
Give people a chance. People come here for a better life, you know. It seems like it's a Latino thing, but it's everyone's. There's a lot of other people that are different nationalities that are here that are undocumented, you know. And the solution is give people a chance. If people try to do it the right way, there's long interviews, and people are scared to go to their interviews, and they have to go back to their country, and then it's just a constant limbo. And at the end of the game, it's all money.
So you would suggest that the people who are here not be sent back in any capacity?
Not at all.
What about potential newcomers? Do we keep border infrastructure, or do we tear it down?
Got to do what you got to do. I mean, I can't really speak on that, but let's get moving. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, take care. Now, we've been asking a lot of people today if we could interview them, and it's kind of a challenge, and I think that's due to a lot of the people here have a warrant out for them.
Journalists sometimes have to go through these riot police scenarios, and we have actually been on the other side of the line, so we know what the cops are kind of going through with their masks. So if you do get tear gas, sounds stupid, you flap your arms like a bird, you try to keep your eyes open, it's not going to kill you, it's terrible, but you work through it.
And Kevin, right?
Jamie.
Sorry, excuse me, Jamie, and you're with KTLA.
Just for today, I'm a reporter from down in San Diego. They brought me up just because of this. It's such wildness out here, but I've worked for KTLA for a decade before, so I'm an old reporter.
And Jamie, you told me you got tear gas yesterday. Can you tell me what that experience was like?
I didn't, my photographer did. I've been tear gassed in other riots.
How bad is it? Do you think it's worth the risk?
That's up to you. It's terrible. No one wants to be tear gassed. It's terrible. Yeah.
Do you feel any of the tear gas is justified?
That's not for me to say. I'm just a reporter. I'm just here to explain what's happening, not why.
Well, what do you think of the scene?
This is a lot of energy out here. There's no doubt. People are fired up. And it's clear. They're frustrated with the federal government. Federal government's pushing back, but mostly right now we're experiencing just LAPD. And there's been a bit, it's hard to believe this, but there's been a bit of restraint on their side. We've seen it get out of hand. It was a little bit more out of hand before, but it will get out of hand shortly. This is just the precursor to what's to come.
Jamie, do you think it's been peaceful this weekend?
The folks have been relatively peaceful, but all it takes is one bottle of water chucked into a line, hits a cop in the head, and they respond. So we just monitor ourselves. I gotta watch my shooter. Gotta protect.
Yes, understood. Thank you for your time, Jamie. Take care. Now, I've been to a number of anti-Trump, anti-Elon protests, and this is my first ICE protest, and I can say this has a very different vibe than the usual Trump protests. At Trump protests, you kind of get older crowd, kind of old white boomers. It's a little more calm. Here, it's a lot more of a younger crowd, a lot of Latinos, a lot of Antifa members, and the presence of danger is alive. At any second, you can feel the energy. It could it can go south just like that. What brought you out here today to the ICE protests?
Well, my buddy over there and I are actually from San Diego, but I think this is a very important subject for all of us to fight for, at least for every single person suffering right now due to the cause of unlawful, imprisonments.
Has the ICE raids affected you or anyone you know in your life?
Not as of now, but potentially they could. I mean, I come from an immigrant family. A lot of my family members, sisters, brothers are also immigrants. So while it hasn't affected me now, there's a chance that in the future it can.
How has how has President Trump affected your life since he took office?
Well, probably not supposed to tell you this, but I'm active duty right now. So I've seen a lot of the changes that he's done personally in active duty. I have a lot of friends that have been affected by them. And obviously my family members, don't really move around comfortably because of him.
Can you get into the specifics of changes? You're masked, so no one can see you.
Yeah, that's fine. So I have friends who are trans in the military. He wants to kick out all trans people from the military, so that's one of them. Like I said, kind of going to work now is a big issue because you can get pulled over at any moment, check for your citizenship. If you don't have one, you're kind of cooked.
What do you think is a solution everyone could be happy with? Because obviously Trump campaigned on mass deportations, and so now a lot of the country voted for him, and he might just say, well, I'm delivering on my campaign promises. So what do you think is a solution that could satisfy everyone?
So like a good compromise? I would say maybe, I get the whole closed borders, secure borders and stuff. Every country wants that. Most countries want that. However, I don't think that getting rid of people inside of the country who already have families already established, who have been here for 10 plus years is a good idea. Maybe an amnesty for people who are already here, who have built their life here. I think that'd be a decent way to compromise in between, secure the borders, help people, families who already have their lives here.
Now, quick update. I've just been told that the 101 freeway right by us is being blocked by protesters who are on it. At this protest, we've even seen some babies, which I'm not quite sure why you would bring a baby to a place where there's potential for tear gas. What brought you out here today to the ICE protests?
Well, this is for my kids. I'm fighting for their rights. This is not the future that I envisioned for them. This is not,
Can you expand on that? What specifically with your kids?
Well, it's their rights, You can start from, my girls, having their birthrights removed, by the government. And then my kids, the freedom to, be out in the streets without having, without me worrying they're going to get picked up at night. They're all citizens, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them.
Has the ICE raids affected you or anyone you know in your life?
Yeah, it's affected my whole community. My whole community, it's affected, People are afraid to come out on the streets, go to work, they're afraid.
What are they most afraid of?
They're just afraid of not knowing if they're going to come back to their homes the next day, If they're going to go out in the streets and not come back, that's what they're afraid of, And we're here to fight for them. We're here for them.
How has your life changed since Trump took office a few months back?
It changed since his first term. Since his first term, it changed. It hasn't stopped. We only had like a 4-year pause.
It's a big car with loud music coming by right now.
Yeah, it hasn't changed at all. We just had a small pause, and he's pedaled to the floor right now. He knows that he has 4 years to do whatever he wants.
What do you think is the solution that can make everyone happy?
We got to get the House and the Senate back. We got to get the House and the Senate back, and.
So you think that the Democrats could fix this if they were in power?
No, not just the Democrats. It has to be everybody. It has to be Republicans. It has to be independents. Everybody. It just can't be the Democrats. It's not about the Democrats. It's not about that.
Now, Trump campaigned on mass deportations. What do you say to the people who say, well, he's just delivering on his campaign promises?
Well, he is. He said he was going to do all this. People that say, oh, I didn't vote for this, but, he said it. We could all see it, but people they convinced themselves that he wasn't going to do this much, but we knew he was going to do this much.
Now, I've seen a lot of flags here. I see Mexican flags. I've seen Venezuelan flags. One of the flags I've seen a lot is Palestinian flags. Can you tell me what the Palestinian flag is doing out here today at the ICE protest? This is a city of communities, we're all immigrants here. We all come from an immigrant family, I'm first generation immigrant. Everybody that's in the front line right now,
Trujillo, Lopez, Corona, they're all descendants from immigrants, you know, and most of them are probably immigrants. And we're fighting for their rights, and they're fighting against us, you know?
Do you think America should loosen its border policy?
It's not about the border policy anymore. It's not about that. There's nobody coming right now. Nobody wants to come here right now. The FIFA just is going to cancel. Nobody wants to come here. It's never been about the border or immigration, you know? 4 years ago, people were invited to come here for asylum, right? They were invited. They didn't come here uninvited. Now they're uninvited. That's how it goes. They're uninvited now.
Who do you think in the future would, in the White House, would invite them back?
It's not even about that. It's not even about that. It's somebody that's not afraid to stand up to the rich, to the 1%. You know, that's what it's about. It's about the people. You know, everybody here pays taxes. Everybody pays taxes here. You know, the rich, they don't pay taxes. You know that. They all invest their money. They take loans to not pay taxes, but we pay taxes. You know.
Okay, thank you for your time. Oh, whoa, can we see this?
This is what you get in the front line.
What happened here? Can you tell us what happened?
Oh, when they pushed us back.
Can we get that again?
When they pushed us back. You know, and that's the one you can see. They like to shoot below the belt. So next time I'm bringing a jock strap, you know?
Now, unfortunately, we're being cut a little bit short. The chopper is above our head, and it is very loudly saying, everyone clear the area. We will be issuing arrests in the next few minutes to come. Now is the time to clear, so if you don't want to be arrested, get out of here. We're gonna go move a little bit away. Hopefully we can still talk to some people. Now at these protests, you'll see a lot of people spray painting buildings, infrastructure. There's a few people, you might be able to hear some of the mist going off right now. So there's a smell of fresh paint in the air. So it's kind of crazy. Here at Temple Street and Judge John, there's just cars every now and then coming through and there's no police. It's not the safest environment. I mean, I just saw a truck coming through. People were trying to stop it, but no one could. So I don't know what's to stop someone just plowing through at 100 miles per hour. It's not safe to be here. So the people behind me are now walking. A lot of them are heading out because after this warning that the police are going to be issuing arrests and doing what they have to do to get their job done, a lot of people are clearing out. Some of the more radical people, though, are taking it as a challenge and are getting even closer and forming a little bit of a wall. Because I guess walls work. Now at the intersection of Los Angeles and Temple, there is a woman standing butt naked. I'm not gonna be able to show this on YouTube without it being blurred, so you can see the footage right now, it's blurred. But it's on full display out here. Can you tell us what brought you out here today to the ICE protests?
So growing up, obviously I'm of Mexican descent. I'm half Mexican, half Filipino. You know, I've just seen like what my culture has been struggling with, what my people have been struggling with. So I just think us as a nation, us as a city, us as a community, we just have to get up and we gotta fight and do what's right, you know? Because like there's a lot of us that are silent, there's a lot of us that are scared. We have to come together right now. Just gotta show everyone what's going on and just, you know, be aware and just spread the awareness and, you know, show the love for sure.
How has your life changed since Trump took office a few months ago?
I just think it's just overall, just my community in a sense. Like I'm blessed to have like the family I have and have the protection I have, but just seeing the people around me go through their certain situations, it hurts, you know what I mean? Just showing to see where everyone's struggling, to see where everyone's, you know, going through their own things. It's been a tough time. So it's just for me with I don't want to say with the blessings I have to be protected by my people and all that, it's only right for me to come out, show the support, show the love, and just, you know, show out for them.
Now, this is obviously a topic that a lot of people have a lot of different opinions and are passionate about. What do you think is a solution everyone could settle on and be happy with?
I think right now it's just we're in a scary situation. You know, there's just a lot going on again, like I said. You know, peaceful protesting, just again spreading the awareness, spreading the love. You know, the world's a cruel place. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like the world's a really cruel place. You know, the most we can do right now is just, you know, let us be known, let us be heard. Sorry.
You're good.
Let's be known, let us be heard, and you know.
It's crazy out here.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. But you know, the least we can do, we can't really do a lot because again, like the hierarchy in this world is cruel, it's unfair, it's rigged, whatever you want to say about it. But, the least we can do is stand up for what's right, stand up for ourselves, don't let our toes get stepped on, and just continue to do what we're doing right now.
So there's a woman here who's selling a bunch of flags of different countries, El Salvador, Mexico, Venezuela. I asked her if I could interview her, but unfortunately she spoke no English. The police put out a warning on the chopper that they would use non-lethal violence to clear the people out. Oh, and you can hear some of the sound now. A lot of the people probably 200 feet behind me are sprinting away very, very fast. Oof, it's getting loud. I feel bad that I'm putting my cameraman through this. What's going on over there?
They're arresting people for protesting against this corrupt government, okay? They're tear gassing protesters, and they're flashbanging people who are just protesting, which is our First Amendment right.
Nobody was doing anything.
No one was doing anything. This is a peaceful protest.
What's all that noise I keep hearing every...
They're flashbangs.
They're flashbangs.
Did you guys, do you...
They're far away. That's what that is.
You're pretty young. How old are you?
17.
There's people throwing water bottles, I can see. Oh, wow. The police are right here. Oh, this guy just threw a water bottle. Oh, wait, I gotta get out of here. A guy 10 feet to my right threw a full water bottle right at a police officer, and then the police officer looked right at us with the rubber bullet gun or powder gun, whatever it is, and was getting ready to aim at the guy very close to me. So I did not want to get hit, so I just took the hell off. Thankfully, I am a marathon runner, so my cardio is pretty decent. Now, can you tell us about your experience today off camera? You were mentioning that you were down at the freeway where it was blocked. Tell us what you've experienced today.
Yeah, I mean, I got here around 3:15, I would say, and the crowd hadn't made it to the interstate yet, but around maybe like 3:30, the crowd finally made it to the interstate, and everybody went down, and they started blocking like a huge section of the 101, and it maybe took the cops 30 to 45 minutes to finally like move in. They turned all the other cars around, so everybody on the freeway did like a U-turn, and they cleared up the freeway, and then they kind of started to make like an L around the crowd on the other side of the freeway, and eventually just started pushing them in. And I was also down by the jail that they have, the federal prison, I think, and they had, I think, launched a little bit of tear gas down there, and I left because they were firing a lot of those flashbang things, and I was getting kind of ugly. And then I was watching the interstate thing from afar, but ended up going in a little bit closer, and they started firing the flashbang things into just the crowds that were standing on the side of the freeway watching. And I don't know, maybe like 30 to 45 minutes of like confrontation on the actual interstate where the cops were just slowly closing in on either side of them. And yeah, they pushed everybody up the ramp, arrested a few people, and then started tear gassing the crowd that was on the ramp. And that's when I was like, I think I'm out of here.
What's the general vibe or energy of today in the crowds and all the people?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at first it felt very cheerful. When I got here, it felt like a nice community moment. But at least for me, it felt like it turned tense pretty quickly and very confrontational with the cops, like just like a lot of yelling and people just kind of being like, oh, they're targeting you, like everybody get ready.
They lit a Waymo car on fire, which I find ironic. You know, it should have been maybe a cop car, but a Waymo car was lit on fire. So that just shows how angry the people of LA are right now. And it'll be very interesting to see if the federal government can hold us back, but I don't think so, because people out here in their thousands, right? Standing up for immigration rights, protecting people like this. It's an overstep. Gavin Newsom said absolutely not. Karen Bass said absolutely not. But here the federal troops are inciting their own right.
Who lit the car on fire, the Waymo?
I have no clue.
Can you tell us about what you saw? Where was it? Was it on the freeway? Was it on one of the streets?
Right down there. Everyone's coming from it, actually. And in fact, DHS said that we needed to leave the area because they have everyone's numbers and things like that. So they have their addresses and things like that. So that's what came out from the helicopter. And so as soon as they said that, they all ran.
What brought you out here today to the ICE protests?
I'm engaged to someone that is Hispanic. So this is really personal to me. And I have, potential family members that are undocumented as well. So it's not okay what the government's doing right now. And that's why people are here by the thousands.
What do you think is a solution that everyone could settle on and feel happy with?
I mean, the governor says leave LA. Karen Bass says leave LA, and the citizens are saying leave LA. So if they were to leave LA, I think it would be perfectly fine. But Donald Trump wants to make us a spectacle and a show.
No, I don't. I'm saying like in terms of like undocumented people. There's obviously a lot of people in the country voted for Trump. Trump campaigned on mass deportations. They would say, well, this is what I voted for. He's fulfilling his campaign promises. What is a solution that everyone could in the country could feel satisfied with?
There is no solution until black people aren't being oppressed, to Hispanics aren't being oppressed, right? The only person that's getting away scot-free is a white straight male. This is Pride Month, and you see a lot of LGBTQ plus people out here, you know, standing in solidarity with their month, with immigration rights. So it needs to change the culture, the education in America. I could go on and on about books being banned in the South. It's not connecting with some American people, and there's a reason why there's a lot of money in California, because there's education here, right? As compared to the South, Tennessee, and things like that. So that's all.
Willie Nelson here. That's a wrap on today. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like, comment, subscribe. It really goes a long way. Stay tuned for more.